This is a practical course which introduces a number of tools to analyse and protect systems. In explaining how the tools work, I'll be assuming that you have a basic knowledge of computer and networking concepts, and I'll be using common networking terminology. The course doesn't require you to have any prior knowledge of cybersecurity. This is a practical course during which we'll be using a test network. We'll be using a Windows 10 workstation on IP address 192.168.150, and with two Ubuntu systems, Hydra on IP address 192.168.151 and Scorpio on IP address 192.168.152. Later in the course, we'll also make use of a Kali Linux penetration testing workstation to demonstrate some of the ethical hacking tools. This doesn't have a fixed IP address. I'd recommend that you practice along with the course, and to do that, you will need to have your own lab. One option for setting up your lab is to use two small computers such as Raspberry Pis. Setting up the Raspberry Pi involves connecting a keyboard, a mouse and a screen, and then configuring its network settings. If you're not familiar with the Raspberry Pi, there are courses in our library to help you set one up. Alternatively, you can set up a test network with Linux virtual machines. If you're planning to progress into a more advanced ethical hacking training, this will be your best option. If you're not familiar with VirtualBox, you can learn how to set up a lab by following the videos in my Kali Linux course, where I cover the essentials of setting up a VirtualBox-based lab with Windows and Ubuntu hosts. If you prefer VMware, then you can use that as you would for VirtualBox. If you're not familiar with setting up a VMware system, then again we have courses in the library on setting up and running a VMware network. For long-term testing, you'll likely want to set up a dedicated virtual machine manager such as Proxmox. You can set up a Proxmox system at little cost using XBusiness servers, and again there are courses in the library on setting up Proxmox. You can follow along using whichever lab solution you choose. I've included with the course a file that provides details of how to install the tools that I use in this course. You'll see the terminal commands I use on the video, and I've also included them in the attached file for easy reference.